Hi, welcome back to the podcast. I'm so excited to be here today. We are talking about all things market. So, the big needlepoint market is coming up. There are only two needlepoint markets a year. There's the spring needlepoint market and then the autumn needlepoint reunion. Autumn needlepoint reunion. Yes. I have an exciting announcement. We are exhibiting for the first time at market under Mary Catherine Design. I'm so excited. So we will have our licensed Coca-Cola canvases. We'll have our full line of kick-ass canvases. So we've got our cars that are not quite released yet. If you've been in the store, you might have seen a few floating around. We've got our animal line with our cowboy hats. We've got some new canvases coming out for those. We have our kick-ass cocktails. So we've got espresso martini, Aperol spritz, and then we have our line of travel stamps coming out, which I'm excited about. And then we also have our line of little fruits and veggies with eyeballs, which I'm so excited about. So we've been working hard on getting everything finished, and like stitched and finished by our finisher so we can bring samples of everything to market. I'm excited to show y'all all the new stuff. This is our first time at market. We will be in the Magnolia Ballroom. So there's two ballrooms this year. If you're familiar with market, you're used to seeing like the hotel rooms where people pop up in the actual hotel room. This whole like market thing is so different than like our jewelry markets that we've been used to doing. But typically like a designer will have a hotel suite. These are all embassy suites. So there's like the little sitting room in the front and then there's like the sleeping room in the back. A lot of times they will set up the little sitting area as like a little pop-up shop. So that's where most of the canvases are. And then they have one ballroom where bigger designers like Colors of Praises, Rainbow Gallery, those kind of people. And then this year they've added a second ballroom. So we're in the smaller second ballroom with some like new and emerging designers, which I'm really excited about. A lot of them are lines we already carry. A lot of them are lines I've never heard of. And some of my friends are exhibiting at market. So it's going to be a really fun time. So it's going to be chaotic because we're both exhibiting and we're buying. So there's 4 of us going to market. We've got 2 buyers and 2 exhibitors, and then we'll kind of switch up a little bit too. So everyone kind of gets a chance to walk around. Main things we're looking for at market this year, I'm looking for stockings. That's been #1 requested item in the store. I am not going to bring home a single needle minder. I'm holding myself to that. I might bring like 1 or 2 home, but needle minders are not something we are looking for. We've got entirely too many needle minders in the store. And unless I cannot live without something, it's not coming home. Excited for stockings. I want to find more like 13 mesh projects because we have a lot of customers. We have a lot of newbies in the store and a lot of our kind of older demographic that are wanting to start needlepointing or have needlepointed in the past, and they have a harder time like with their vision. So 13 mesh is something I'm really looking for this year. I'm looking for basically whatever catches my eye and whatever like screams kick-ass. So I'm excited for like the market previews to start. I saw like a Kate Dickerson preview, and I love Kate Dickerson's line. So definitely we'll be shopping her booth. I'm excited. Like what else? Okay, so we've got another licensed collab we'll be launching at the needlepoint market, which I'm so excited. I'm not going to share about it yet, but if you have been in the store, you probably heard us talking about it a little bit. So we've got project bags. We'll also have a jewelry line with this next launch where we have coming up, but the jewelry obviously will not be shown at the needlepoint show. We will just be doing needlepoint accessories. So we have our new project bags. This project bag is Tyvek, which is like a heavy duty construction material. So we've got 2 different sizes. We have 11 by 14. Let me show you the inside. Got our logo on the inside, and then we have 8 by 10. These are kind of like our standard sizes in the store. And then we added this like lime green tassel. So we will have these available for purchase at market for wholesale. We'll have some needle minders. We've got a whole like line of things coming, and I'm so excited. So if you have a favorite needlepoint store, your local needlepoint store, tell them to come shop the Mary Catherine Design booth at Magnolia Ballroom at the Spring Needlepoint Show. So I'm excited. This will be so fun to see like what people are gravitating towards. Obviously, we saw like a ton of our Coca-Cola canvases, Diet Coke canvases. We have a few newbies launching while we're at market. So I'm excited to see like what people think about those and like also meet some of our retailers that I've never met before. We are in a couple different retail stores around the country with our licensed canvases. So it'll be really fun to kind of meet some new buyers and then also like see which stores our new designs end up in. Okay, so if you've never heard of like a needlepoint market, this is basically where needlepoint store owners will come and purchase wholesale for their boutiques. So there'll be a bunch of different vendors. I don't know the exact amount. I would say probably around 100 different vendors set up. And some will be cash and carry. So some will be like stacks of canvases that we go through and we pull the actual ones that we want to take home with us. And then we'll purchase those on the spot. And then some will be ordering. I'm assuming there's going to be a lot more ordering this year because of the global canvas shortage, which y'all are aware of. So ordering wise, basically I'll go around and say, I want 6 of that one or 10 of that one or whatever. I'll pick out the ones I want. They will get all my information and then they typically charge credit cards once they ship or they send an invoice. So if I'm ordering, I'm not paying for that up front. I'll be paying for that in like a few weeks or a few months, just kind of depends on the timeline. Typical timelines are between like 12 and 16 weeks on like ordering. But because there is a global canvas shortage, I think the timelines will be pushed out even more. With our canvases, we're taking a ton of cash and carry, so we will have a ton of cash and carry. We do print our canvases, so we don't have the longer timelines of like waiting to have things hand painted, which like a lot of designers will have their stuff hand painted overseas. So you're waiting on the canvases to be painted, but then also shipped and then delivered and all that. So with printing, basically, if we have the canvas on hand, then we can print as many as we want to, which I really love, like that aspect of it. And they're consistent every single time. Like we know that the canvas is going to look like this, which was something that was really important to like Coca-Cola. They wanted consistency across the board with paint colors and printing colors and like all that. They didn't want like, obviously when you're mixing paint, you can have a different color every single canvas. And like I've noticed that too with different designers too. Like we've gotten some canvases where one day they're like more of a lighter hue and a darker hue, and sometimes it's more purple than blue. And there's like no really consistency with painting canvases unless you're painting literally every single one at the same time. Whereas printing, like we can control the whole like situation of like printing. So I have like no qualms about printed canvases. I know some people are like anti-printed canvas and they only want a hand-painted canvas. We have stitched all of our designs for our printed canvases. So you'll be able to compare them next to an unstitched canvas, which I think is really important because when they're stitched, you cannot tell a difference. You do lose some of the smaller details with printing that you can't have with like a hand painted canvas, but overall, for like the designs we're releasing, like I don't think you need those like teeny tiny details. Like we're not adding those onto our canvases anyways. So having a printed canvas like is more cost effective for our customer, and yeah, you can't tell the difference like at all. So I'm excited for people to see our line of printed canvases. I do think this market, there will be a lot more printed canvases at market, which I'm hoping it's either going to go both ways and I can't decide. Either we're going to see a ton of printed canvases or we're going to see people slowly start moving into that after this market because the painting timelines were so long. And I heard some of the painting services, they were like unable to get people orders that they had ordered like in the fall. Like they didn't know if they were going to be able to get the quantities together with this market. So I'm really curious to see what market is going to be like this year with the canvas shortage, because it's a big problem in the industry. I'm looking for some more accessories. I'm always looking for new thread lines. I want to find like some more project bags and things like that in store, more gifty items, laying tools, notions, those kind of things. We've got like our needle brands that like I really like, and so I don't think we're going to be looking for anything like that. I'm wanting to bring in more beading in the store. We're going to be teaching a beading class soon in the store. Haley, one of our shop girls, is going to be teaching a beading class. So we are working on getting that set up and like supplies ordered and everything that we need and like how long it's going to take. And we're currently planning on that. I think it's going to be about an hour and a half class. So it's a very like short, good class. And beading is like a fun way you can add a little like pizzazz to a canvas. So like on this Christmas Village, I have beaded the wreaths. Like their beading is fun because you can like add a little something extra to canvases and stuff. And they like make all sorts of beads. They make sequins. They have like literally everything you could possibly think of, which obviously as a jewelry designer, I love like beading and like working with beads. So being able to like add that to my canvas is a lot of fun. I'm wanting to like look for more like embellishment things to add to the canvases too. It just makes like your canvas more unique and fun. And yeah, so beads, I'm looking for beads. I'm looking for accessories. We've got a ton of canvases, so obviously like we're going to continue to buy canvases because that's like what we're there for. But the accessories and stuff are what I'm really excited for this year. I just went to like the cross stitch market and they had a lot of kits and things like that. So like any pre-made kits, those do really well in store for us. It just makes it easy when someone's coming in and they're in a hurry. They want to be able to just pick up a kit, or maybe they're gifting it to someone like their sister-in-law or their sister or whatever, and they don't know anything about needlepoint. Instead of picking fibers and things out like that, like a lot of people will come in and like they want to get the whole set. They don't want to just buy the canvas. And so I'm like, get like a kit that has everything in it. That way, like everything's in there together. Or if you go the canvas route, you could just pick out the canvas and then let them come back in and pick out the fibers, because fibers are very like a personal experience. Like everyone kind of does their fibers differently. I'm like a big specialty fiber person. So like I like the glitter, I like the very velvet and things like that. Some people like just want to do like a silk and wool blend, and they want to do basket weave over and over and over. So everyone's different when it comes to like their canvas. It's very much a like personal experience. So yeah, I like the idea of like having more kits in store. We did just get a ton of kits from Portugal, which like beautiful, beautiful, beautiful designs. I'm so excited about all of them. More needlepoint books. We saw a lot of books in store, and people love like a resource to be able to go back and like bookmark and things like that. So more needlepoint books. What else? What else am I looking for at market? Basically anything that catches my eye, I'm going to buy. So I'm excited. Like going to market with like no plan. Like I have semi of a plan, but this is the first like real market I've gone to with a storefront open. So last market I went and I had just announced that the store was opening, but we hadn't like fully opened the storefront yet. So knowing like what our customers are buying now, like I feel like I've gotten pretty good at like picking out canvases that I know my customers are going to like, and going to this market is going to be really fun, like with that aspect, and like knowing the lines that do well for us and knowing the lines that like may not do as well for us. Yeah, I need to go through the store too. I was going to go through and like pick a few of the canvases that we've had for a minute and maybe do like a little sale or something right before market. But I'm like looking around and like most of these are brand new, and like they didn't come from market, or we had pre-ordered from market. Actually, we're still getting shipments from the October market that we ordered from, which is kind of crazy that stuff is still just now coming in. That's just how the shortage is going and like how the industry has like boomed, that there is such a delay that like stuff I've ordered in October is just not coming in. And these are canvases that like if I were ordering them now, I would have literally probably ordered like 10 or 15 or 20 of, and like we only ordered 2. So I'm like, if you see something in store, grab it, because I don't know when it will come back in again or if I can get any more again. And like that's the good and the bad part about needlepoint, is that you can have kind of some one-of-a-kind projects. But if you miss out on something and it's retired, then tough luck. Yeah, I guess with Market, we will be physically bringing back a ton of canvases. So like I'll have extra suitcases and things to like stack everything I can. Once we get them in store, we're going to try to get them up as soon as possible. But I did a couple live sales last year, like from Market, and we basically like already pre-sold a ton of the canvases before they even hit the store. But I'm excited to kind of walk through, like now we have such a good inventory system that I can basically search any designer on my phone and like pick up and see like which canvases we're completely sold out of. So I'm excited for that aspect of Market, like going through and restocking stuff that I already know does well. We already have it in the system. It's easy for us to pick up 1 or 2 canvases. We do have a system called Notify Me on our website, which I think is like one of the most crucial things that we have as like a small business, is the Notify Me app. So basically, if we're sold out of something, you can go on and type in your phone number, your email, and it will text or email you as soon as the inventory hits the website. So right now, like we just got a shipment of canvases in. The girls are counting them and putting the exact number we have in. A lot of times they won't even make it into the store because so many people have put a list up of like the canvases that they want. So basically you're not like obligated to buy it if it has the Notify Me on there, but it just gives us an idea of how many canvases to stock too. So I can at any point in time go through my Notify Me list and look at any of the canvases that are sold out, and I can say, oh, 40 people have this on their wait list. Like that's something I should prioritize buying. And if I can get my hands on all of them, if I can get my hands on 20, that at least will fulfill half of the wait list. And obviously not everyone is going to buy every single canvas that is like they put their information down. But if you're going through the effort of like going to the website and typing your email in on a specific product, you're most likely like interested in purchasing it. So those Notify Me notifications are so great. And we'll probably end up doing some of those like at Market. We'll probably end up kind of dividing up piles of like what we already have in the system and what we don't have in the system. And if we already have in the system, like I don't see why we wouldn't just go ahead and add those in, and those people are getting their Notify Me's pretty immediately. So I'm excited for that feature at Market, especially now that we have like such a volume of canvases, because the last few times I went, like I didn't have the canvases online, or I didn't really know what I was looking for. But to be able to go on my phone and like instantly look at what we are sold out of and like what people are interested in purchasing is such a cool feature. And yeah, that's like, I feel like it's very different than a lot of needlepoint stores. Like I see a lot of like mom and pop stores where like they have no idea what they've sold or like what inventory they have or like anything like that. So basically you just kind of like have to guess like what you have in store, like what's sold or what's not sold. Or I can go in and say, oh, there's 6 of this canvas. Okay, I probably don't need to buy any more of those right now. But if there's a canvas that I'm completely sold out of and I've got a wait list for, like those are priority canvases that I'm going to be restocking. So I really like that aspect of like the website that we've built, and like the back end side of things like really helps the business too. Okay, what else am I excited about? Oh, okay. One thing I'm really excited about market is we are doing so like I'm very much a work hard, play hard type of person. So basically the day that we get into market, we're flying in Wednesday. We're getting in super early Wednesday. We're going to go straight to market, set up our booth, and then once it's set up, which like I guess we don't have really a ton of setup, I've got to order like basically when you're at the needlepoint market, people will like Velcro the canvases to like a giant Velcro thing. So I need to order the giant Velcro things for the booth and then like the little Velcro things to go on the back of it. So basically we'll have one of each of our canvases on the wall, and those will be like for ordering only. And then whatever else we have will be cash and carry. So if we sell out of cash and carry, then we at least have something to show for people to order. So like setup wise, I don't think it'll take us very long because we'll basically just have bins of like canvases and we'll just put out the canvases. We've got to do an inventory of like what we have of everything right now. But with working hard, we are doing something fun. So Thursday, after we're like completely done setting up, Thursday night, it opens for like a preview night from like 5 to 8 p.m. for like select rooms. So like since we're in the ballroom will be closed during that preview night. So this will give us the opportunity to kind of shop early some of the showrooms and grab some of the things that we're like really wanting to grab. And that day before we go to the preview night, we are doing a Universal day. So we're going to go to Harry Potter World. We're going to do the Jurassic Park ride. The Hagrid ride is my favorite, the Hagrid's motorcycle ride. Some of the girls have never been to Universal Orlando, so it'll be really fun to walk around. But I thought that was really important to have kind of like a team building day and like a day of fun built in because I don't think they realize like how long and exhausting this market is. So I'm like, we're gonna have a day of fun and then everyone will be working. And then basically we have a jewelry market the day after we get back from that. So we have this market we fly in Wednesday. Thursday is like our Universal day. And then it's Friday, Saturday, Sunday. We pack up, we fly home. Monday, we have Magic. So we start setting up for Magic. And then Tuesday and Wednesday are Magic days. So we've got Magic. Thankfully, it's in Nashville this year. Or this time. So we're not having to travel anywhere, which I'm like very grateful for. So we have Magic. And then I am taking the rest of the week off because it is my birthday and I will be going to the lake and needle pointing for about 4 days. So I'm really looking forward to that coming up. But yeah, work hard, play hard. That's just like my big motto. So you got to have some like fun things built in to your work day too. Makes it all worth it. All right. Thanks for watching. I'm done for today.
25.